What's up, guys? I'm going to be giving my five Power 5 Conference Championship game picks and predictions based on Fanduel odds. So first up, we've got Oregon-Washington. The spread is favored towards Oregon 9.5. Over/under is 65.5. I think this game is easily Washington, Oregon over 65.5, and I'm leaning towards a negative 9.5 spread for Oregon. If you factor in their last game, they hit that margin, and Oregon left minimum 9, maximum 17 to 19 points on the table, and I think that they're just going to score more this time. I mean, that was also in Washington. I think the over easily hits the spread. Maybe Washington hits a field goal to make it 9 or less, but I think for the most part, I'm taking Oregon 9.5. Next game, we've got Oklahoma State, Texas. I'm taking Oklahoma State plus 14.5. I don't think Texas blows them out. I think Oklahoma State's giving people more credit. I think Oklahoma State's not getting enough credit from people, and Texas is getting a little too much right now. I think that last one by Texas was not as much of a statement as people were giving them credit for. I think the defense is going to show up in this one. I'm going under 54.5. I think it's going to be maybe like 30-24 Texas, something like that. I don't think Oklahoma State's going to win. I think they have a shot, though. I think they have a much bigger shot than people are giving them credit for. I mean, you can see the money line odds are plus 500 for Oklahoma State. Moving on, UJ Bama. I'm going to take Bama plus 6.5. I don't think they're going to lose by a touchdown. Okay, let me get this straight. If Bama loses it and this doesn't hit, they'll lose by 7. It'll be zero point 0.5 off. But I think Alabama is probably going to win this game based on everything I'm feeling for the game. All the statistics are kind of favoring them outside of the, Georgia recency bias. Over 55.5. I think Alabama's got a really good defense, but I think this game's going to end up being a shootout. I really do. Like, I just have some very strong inkling that the teams are going to average more than, like, what, 28 points each. Definitely the over spread. I might end up taking Bama money line, but Bama's plus 6.5 is pretty safe in my eyes. Now we got Louisville versus Florida State. I don't see a world in which FSU loses this game. I mean, I think I say that. I don't think there's a world in which I will bet against Florida State. It's one of those things like I don't feel comfortable putting my money where my mouth is, so I'll put my money where I think it's safest. FSU minus 2.5 I think is the safest bet. That's almost as low as the spread will go. I think they'll win by last second field goal maybe to make the game to 2 point, 3 point spread. I mean, worst case scenario, guys. That's what I'm thinking. So I think it's safest to go this. I mean, I can't see a world in which it's close though, especially after Louisville lost last week. If they didn't lose last week, I would bet Louisville on this game, but because they did, now their hopes are for sure gone. There's no way they can get in. I mean, FSU even feels that way. FSU has to make a statement to get in. They've got a pretty good second half team. I just don't see a world in which they lose or win by less than a field goal. I may have said a little contradictory things in there, but brain fart, sorry. Under 47.5. I think they don't have the best offenses, especially with Jordan Travis gone. This may be a field goal heavy game. Pretty good second half defense game, so I don't feel comfortable going over 47.5. Now, lastly, Michigan, Iowa. This one was the hardest to pick because both teams have really good defenses. If you look at the spread, it's basically saying Iowa's going to score less than 12 points, right? They think it's going to be like what? 22-10, 24-10. Am I an idiot? I can't do math. I apologize. 12 to whatever. I don't know, guys. I'm tired. But I mean, I don't think Iowa's going to score that much. I just don't think Michigan's going to score that much. I mean, we saw what they did against Penn State. They just ran the ball. I mean, I don't think you can really do that against Iowa, but I think they're going to get up and they're just going to run the game away. I don't think they don't need to make a statement. They don't need to risk people's health. I think they're just going to play it safe. I think this is going to be a similar game to Penn State, low scoring. I just don't see a world in which Iowa loses by 22 or more. 21 maybe, but not 22. If I had to predict this game, I'd probably say it'd be like 24-10 under hits by, oh, I said over 30 points. I just don't see a world in which Michigan gets 3 touchdowns and a field goal and Iowa gets more than 10 points. Like, I know the way I said that, it makes it seem like I'm more confident Michigan being able to get 24 than Iowa 10. But I think it'll be a very low scoring game. Michigan doesn't have to make a statement at all. So these are my picks. Iowa does not lose by more than 3 touchdowns, but both teams also don't go over 34.5. Boom. This one, this one probably the least confident in. I really think that these 3 picks are pretty solid, especially this one. Whatever, guys. Base analysts out, baby.